I'm thrilled with it.
Yeah, very good job. I really like it. Hey, tell me another one of your favorites on here, Craig.
Oh me. So one of my originals that I love the simple love 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 song number five.
Love is the only way.
Love is the only way. We had several different titles on it.
Oh,
So
okay. Okay.
love is the only way. Yeah. But that one's just straight. It's a very simple, easy, right to the heart. I specifically wanted to write a song that spoke to kind of what that just didn't ask the question. Those first two songs is kind of there's tension and
Right.
there's and that's on purpose to kind of bring people along with us. And really, to me, when you get to that track, you're hearing the answer. That love is the way. It's the answer. And as I believe, it's Jesus' love and love for each other. And so that one to me, and it kind of features a different side there of you have everything from a violin or fiddle to acoustic guitars
Yes,
to a little bit of a banjo tucked and you also hear Scotty Wilbanks from the band Third Day. He plays with us on several of these tracks. He plays keyboards for Third Day, and we know him, and he's played with us several times. And you'll hear him on that one also.
Wow. Yeah, very cool. Hey, a couple more questions for you, Craig. One is I want to ask, and you kind of already hit on this a little bit, but who are some musical influences in your life growing up or to the point of where you're sitting here today? Who is the artist that have shaped who you are right now?
Wow, no doubt the band The Eagles, because of their harmonies and just their strong song structure. I learned so much from them, and hearing those harmonies, it reminded me of growing up in the world that I did in acoustic music and folk, almost bluegrass. You hear those harmonies and stuff like that, and in the church also. And I would be like, man. So I love that kind of stuff. Stevie Ray Vaughan, the blues, but on the Christian side, no doubt. Switchfoot, I've seen them several times, and wow, they're a huge influence because they're still going strong after all these years, and so powerful and so humble. And Johnny Lang, also in that same token, we met him and had the privilege of actually going backstage and us playing his guitar and all this stuff. And I'll never forget walking away from that moment saying, wow, what a great, this guy's played with Sting, he's played with all these amazing artists, and he's talking to us, so you can tell he was a believer, and his heart, just by the way, not what he said, but by the way he treated us and by the way he was so kind. And I'll never forget that. And that's what I always want to be with anyone that we approach and play with.
Yeah. Now you mentioned earlier too, Craig, about leading worship in churches and stuff like that. So do you go to a certain church and lead worship, or you just go around? What's
That's
the
a great
story
question.
there?
Probably it was 5 years ago now, because I've done this full time. I was at a church called Firehouse Ministries in Mount Airy, North Carolina, and I was actually the worship leader there. And before that, I was at another church. It was a purpose-driven church, and I was there. So probably for a span of 7 to 8 years, instead of being in a band, I was in a church every single Sunday leading with them. Well, I kind of when I knew I was supposed to be a full-time musician, the Lord had kind of spoke to me, and I kind of knew that, and I didn't want to really leave or step down because I was in a wonderful situation. It was one of those deals that God had greater for me, and I had to let go of something really good to take a hold of that. But I had to figure that out, and that was kind of up to me to kind of see that, because I really didn't know what he was calling me to. I didn't know anybody else doing it like I'm doing it, giving lessons, going into churches, and help maybe filling in some, and playing in different venues, corporate events, and stuff like that. And I was like, Lord, I don't know if I understand this. You need to just follow me, and things are being built. And they certainly was. So that's been an amazing thing. But my experiences as a worship leader was tremendous. I got to go out to Saddleback Church in California several times to the worship conference at Rick Warren's church, and even 2 years ago, a very special thing I got to do is I went out with Lincoln Brewster he has an event called the Worship Collective, only 40 worship leaders from across the country, and I got to go to that and spend time with him. We did a little songwriting and stuff while I was out there in Lake Tahoe, California. So all those experiences kind of add up to where I am now.
Wow, that's pretty cool. I bet that was good for you, kind of rub shoulders with Lincoln Brewster.
Yeah, Lincoln and Mia Fields was there also from Hillsong and everything. So that was a big deal, and it was crazy because just like we're sitting here, I was talking to Lincoln one day, and I know he's reading about him, and I'd met him before, I think at Saddleback, and I knew he had been with Eddie Van Halen one time at his 5150 studio, so I got to ask him stuff like that. And he used to play guitar, for Steve Perry of Journey, and I got to ask him some questions about that. We was eating dinner together, and I was like, I was kind of pinching myself. I was like, this is surreal getting to do that. But he's a wonderful worship leader and just a great guy.
Yeah, definitely is. Hey, let me ask you a question here. See, this is kind of maybe a tough question for you, but maybe not. Maybe it's not. Where do you see, and this is, again, kind of a two-part question, but where do you see God taking you in a year or two down the road? Where do you see yourself? And then where do you see yourself long-term, maybe 5-6 years down the road?
That's a great question because my wife, she's very thoughtful of this, and she's asked me that. She's like, hey, how long do you see yourself doing this? And I'm like, as long as I love it. So I see me doing music in some capacity, It may not be 75 or 80 gigs a year as I get older. Who knows if that's up to, as long as I have the wheel and the drive, I'll do that. But I see what I do now, and this is kind of where God called me, where I was inside of a church every single week on a worship team doing that. I would also, before that with Common Creed, we would go to all these different kinds of events, and I think that's where I kind of learned, and God had kind of moved me forward to the next area where I'm at now, is to taking it to people and being one-on-one with them, playing gigs and doing lessons. And I still see me doing that years from now, and maybe more online. It could be more online, people, that way I can connect with more people from around the world, really, but definitely still teaching people how to play and encouraging them in their live shows, and definitely playing music and writing music in some capacity.
I know this has just come out just a couple months ago, but do you see down the road another CD? You already have one halfway written in your mind, Greg?
Oh yeah, well I'm always writing. That's a funny thing. So I have a little home studio, and I keep all these ideas. So I probably have enough for another full length CD written, not the lyrics. That's what takes me a while. I kind of am the person that does all the music and stuff first. But I have several ideas, but I really haven't thought about it really for the last 2 months. I'm always in that mode of writing and enjoying that and everything. And I probably purposely wanted to kind of step back and enjoy this moment. Kind of my first solo where I kind of produced, I wrote most of the songs, I sang and did all that. And so it was kind of a big deal. So I was like, let me step back and enjoy it, and then I get back in. But I definitely see in probably a couple of years doing another one in some capacity.
How long did it take you to do this, and where did you record it at?
It was a quick process. And I attribute that to how I write. I had the full songs, and we went in December, mid-December of last year, 2016, and all of us kind of went in and did the rhythm tracks at Eastwood Studios. That's in Caney, Virginia, right above the line of Mount Airy, North Carolina. And we did that, and I got all the basics down. And then in January and February, we kind of went in and finished everything up, and I brought everybody in one by one. And some of it was recorded at my house. My wife sang; she did her part at the house in our home studio, and I did a few parts like that. And I'm tickled. I couldn't be happier with it. I'll be honest with you, and how it turned out.
You did a good job, man. That's why you're here today. You did a really good job
Thank
with
you
it,
so
man.
much.
Really appreciate it. Once again, where can people find this at?
You can find it down here in Winston-Salem at Jackson's Music.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's down there. They have
Okay.
several copies. They was very nice to let me leave a few there. And you can get it on iTunes. You can get it on Amazon and all those, Spotify if you want to check it out and just listen to it. Apple Music, all of those normal places. It's all out there. And would love for you to get a copy.
What about at CraigVaughn.com? Is it on there too?
Yes, you can go to CraigVaughn.com and check out more information there. Yep, for
Also
sure.
book
Yep.
you there through that and everything.
Yes,
like
that's
that.
where you'll get in touch with me.
I know now people can't see this on radio, but the picture on the back, is that you sitting there?
Yeah.
Where are you at?
I'm at Cranky's Coffee.
Are you really?
Right down here. Yes.
Crazy. Okay.
We went in there the day before. Me and the photographer, Stephen Canoy, who did a fantastic job. I was kind of looking around in there, and I was like, man, this would be a great place to. I knew we'd be somewhere downtown, and we went several different places, and Cranky's was nice enough to let us. I actually had to move a guy to take that picture.
Wow.
I said, "Do you care? I'll buy you a coffee if you'll step back." And he said, "Absolutely." He said,
Oh, I bet.
There we
What
go.
a mission by call.
That's right.
Wow, so that's pretty cool. Looks like this one on the inside cover is taking a Winmark.
Yes, that's exactly what it was. Yeah, the Winmark, they was nice enough to let us in there, and take several great pictures in there also. So.
Have you ever played at Cranky's?
No, I haven't. I knew they had some music there years ago. I should get on there. I need to.
Yeah.
I've got to get them a CD, and maybe I can get on over there.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Just give them a CD, especially for letting them take the picture.
That's right. That's exactly right.
See? I could be your agent, dude.
See, let's hook me up here.
What was I going to ask? Oh, I know I was going to ask you. I thought of this earlier. Do you get an opportunity to play in secular events, secular places like bars and stuff, clubs? Do you ever get that opportunity?
I do. It's not necessarily my calling as much. I have done that. I have played at a few places downtown and stuff, and sometimes I'll be asked to. If I'm open, I might consider it. It's always, always kind of let the Lord lead. Wherever, if I feel, hey, yeah, we can make a difference there, and we can be a positive light, because that's, to me, no matter where it is, that's kind of where I want to be. So we do a lot of corporate and wedding receptions and these sort of things, private events during the summertime and stuff like that. That are wonderful, and I kind of love doing all those, and I can connect with the folks around. And I do Kremlin Resort. I do that quite a bit. I'll play up there and different places like that.
Yeah. Have you played at Muddy Creek? You know what I'm talking about? Have you ever heard of
Muddy
it?
Creek, I have heard of that. I haven't played there.
Yeah.
See, two.
Yeah.
See, there we go.
Hey, I see on this sheet here, and I don't know about this. You said you played the Dixie Classic Fair?
Yeah, we're playing there again this year. We played there the last several years, and we'll play the whole day. And it may be if I ain't mistaken, I may be wrong. I think it may be on the WBFJ day that we're there. It's a Wings Day. I'm not sure.
We're always Wednesdays. So.
Okay, so I'm thinking it may be. So maybe we can run into each other.
We will.
We'll be at the Clock Tower stage, and we'll be there at like 3, 5, 7, and 9. I know you guys will have a concert, but we'll be out there all day playing. So, and that's in October. Like October 5th or something like that. I can't remember exactly, but it's on Wednesday, so that'll be great.
Be here before you know it. It's already almost June. You believe that?
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Well, Craig, I really appreciate you coming in. It's an honor to talk to you and talk about your music and what God's doing through your music and everything. And stay connected, man.
Absolutely, Kurt. Thank you. It's been an honor to be back. We love WBFJ, and it's been an honor to be with you.
Thank you, Craig. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right.